Hello, I know I don't post here anymore, but I wanted to do a little book haul because I got a book advent calendar for December. So I have 24 new books I want to show you. So let's just dive straight into it. I made the book advent calendar myself. I chose the books and my mom bought them for me. Then she wrapped them up. So I knew the books that I was getting, but I didn't know in which order, so that was fun because I'm very specific about my reading tastes. So I think let's start with series first, so we can take them out of the way and then we'll go into standalones. I got the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. These are the UK covers, I think, because I buy them from the UK, even though I live in Spain, because in Spain there's not a lot of access to English books, so I just buy them directly from Blackwell's. So we have Once Upon a Broken Heart, The Ballad of Never After, and A Curse for True Love. I still need to read the last book from the Caraval series before jumping into this, even though I know you don't need to, but I want to, because I read the first two books from the series, but I never got to the third one. I don't know why. So those are the first three books. Then I have a Rebecca Yarros series. I really love her romance books. They do make me cry a lot, so I need to be in the right mindset for them. But I don't know what the name of the series is, if I'm being honest. Let me look it up. Flight and Glory. So I'm guessing it's from air military, because all of her romances are from the military, so we have all of them here. I don't know if they're in the correct order. I know the first one is Full Measures, Eyes Turned Skyward, Beyond What Is Given, Hallowed Ground, and The Reality of Everything. No idea again what the order is. They all look the same to me, but I'm super excited for this series because I love her writing. She always gets to me. Then moving on to, I think, the last series we have, but those three series are pretty much more than half of it. We have the Blue Moon series, I think it is. I know there's more books from the series, but I figured it out after I started opening the advent calendar. I guess I only had these 5 in my head just because maybe the other ones weren't published yet, because these are new covers. The series is old, but the covers are new, so maybe I only saw these ones because the other ones didn't have new covers yet. They weren't republished, so I need to get the others once I start the series. We have No More Secrets. I love that these books are super thin because I know I'm going to eat these books up in like less than 2 weeks. So we have No More Secrets. The covers are stunning, if I'm being honest, and I do love Lucy's Score. Fall Into Temptation. Again, I don't really know the order of these ones. I think they're in order. The Last Second Chance. Not Part of the Plan. I'm trying to focus it, but I don't know if it's working. And Holding On to Chaos. Chaos. Is that how you pronounce it? Chaos. And now we're jumping onto standalones. Some of them are part of series, but I got them as not part of a series, so that's why I'm calling them standalone. I'll tell you if they're part of a series. We have First Time Color. This is the first book from, I think, what? I think this is the first book from an interconnected standalone series, if I'm not mistaken. I've never read a B.K. Burson book, so I only got the first one. The second one is coming out in February. I love the cover, and I think, like, I don't know if I heard someone talk about the summary of this book, like the plot, and maybe I read it, I'm not sure, but I thought it was right up my alley, so I'm super excited for it. Then we have a reread. This is the only book I bought that I haven't read yet. It's, well, but I chose it. So we have Love and Other Words. I read this when I started my reading journey back in 2022. It was one of my first reads, but to this day I think about it and I feel like it's a book that I really, really enjoyed, so I'm super excited to jump into it again after all these years. And I love the UK cover. because I hated the orange one, that's why I never bought it. Then onto one of my favorite small town cowboy romance author, we have Lila Sage. This is Soul Searching. This is the first book from another standalone, like interconnected standalone series that she's jumping into after the Blue Ranch one, and I always eat all of her books up, so I'm also excited for this one, but I don't know if I want to wait until the next one is coming out sooner. I don't even know if there's date for it, but I love reading these types of books back to back because I'm inside the universe and I feel like I enjoy the characters and the world more, because I'm more into it and I have it fresh in my mind what happened with the other characters. So I'm going to look to see if there's like a date. I don't think so because this one was published like not long ago. No, there's nothing. So we will see what I do with that one. Then we have Revolve. I think the name of the series is Collide, which is the same name of the first book, or maybe it's like Eyes Off, or let me see if I can find it somewhere. Okay, the name of the series is Off the Ice. We have Collide, we have Rival, and this is the third book from the series. And there's another one coming out in 2026. I love her writing. I think that not enough people are talking about her books. I love myself a sports romance, and I feel like her characters are really likable. So I'm really excited for this one, and I think I'm even going to reread the first two before reading this one. And I already did that when the second one came out because I reread the first one and then read the second one. So let's see how many times I have to read the first one with this series. Then another part of another series. I think this is the sixth book. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, this is the sixth book. I haven't read the fifth yet because I wanted again to read it back to back. This is kind of a different type of romance because you have a mystery plot into the romance plot, and I love to have like something different inside my romance books because sometimes they feel the same. So I love her books. Not realistic at all, but I love this is I love I don't know how to pronounce her surname. Catherine Coles, I think it is. Sorry if I said it wrong because I've never heard her last name said out loud, but I read another one of her series. Well, I started with this one. I loved it so much that before the next one came out, I jumped and I read, I think, one or two of her series from before. I also loved them, and they're also in the same universe. So you see characters that are going to appear in this series in that other series, which is amazing. So I'm super excited. We have Secret Haven, and I haven't read Chasing Shelter, so I think I'll reread the full series again. If I'm being honest, I've gotten really into rereading books, which I thought it was something that I would never do because I didn't get the point of it, but I feel like I really enjoy reading something that I've already read because I see it with different eyes. Again, the mystery part is going to be known already, but I love this universe, like how she creates the atmosphere around it. It's so good. So again, super excited for this one. I'm going to say that with all of them because obviously I chose them. Then we have another one of my favorite authors, People Watching by Hannah Bonham Young. All these authors are autobiography authors for me. I don't care what they write about. If they want to write what they did in a day, I just read it because I love the writing, how they create their characters, their scenes, everything. So we have People Watching. This part of a new standalone, like interconnected standalone series, I think. And the second one is also coming out on 2026. So again, I don't know if I'm going to read this one now or I'll wait until the next one comes out pretty soon so I can have it fresh in my mind. But I'm excited. I have no idea what the book is about. I don't know if I said it at the beginning, but I hate knowing what books are about. I like to know if it's a romance, if it's a fantasy. Obviously, I like to know the genres of my books, but I don't want to know anything about the tropes, the plot, the big drama. No, don't. So I know nothing about it. I love the characters in the book, and I think it's going to be a great vibe. Now, jumping onto a more different thing, I think this is more of a general fiction mystery type book. I love this cover. I think it's stunning. So we have pictures of you. I don't know if I heard someone talking about it or I got it as a recommendation on my Goodreads or something, and I read like part of the summary a while ago, obviously, and I thought it was really interesting. So I'm going to read this, and I love it because it feels like an indie book. I don't know if it's like really an indie book because it says like a CB book, but I don't know if it's this is like a self-publishing publisher situation. But I love the feeling of indie books, so I'm really excited for this one, and I think I'm going to read it as a physical book, which I usually 95% of the time I buy the book, but I read it on my Kindle, most of it at least. So we will see what happens with that. Then we have Breathe With Me. Again, I don't know what the name of this series is. Like, I've read it, but I forget about the names of the series. Okay, is the Playing for Keeps series. I think this is the fifth book. Yes, this is the fifth book. It's a sports romance interconnected standalone series. And again, I'm planning on rereading the first four books before jumping into this one because I remember the feeling I got while reading them and I couldn't stop. So, who doesn't want to relive that again, you know? And I think it's been long enough for me to have forgotten the important things or the things that made me giddy back then, you know? Because I think the last book I read it the first half of 2024 and we're beginning of 2026 right now, so yes, I think I'll do that. Half of the books next year are going to be rereads, as you can see. Then we have 7 Days in June. I have no idea again what this book is about. I know Maddie Tales, her name is Madita, I think. She's from Germany, and she says this is one of her favorite books ever. I think it was her. I'm not really sure. Now I'm not sure. But I think it was her. And I've seen it everywhere. So I think that when a book is hyped up, it's for a reason. Sometimes I'm not the part, like the correct audience for them. But I think I'm going to enjoy this one. And I think there's going to be like dual timeline, which I love. I think it's giving me Kennedy Ryan vibes with the angst and like not happy romance, you know, like a lot of things are going to be mixed in there. You're not going to want to read about them, and I love that when I'm in the mood for it, obviously. We have two books left. Okay, again, another one of my favorite authors of all time, Mariana Zapata. I was really sad because I think in 2024 I finished her backlist. I haven't read like a few of them because I don't want to, because a lot of people that love her say those books aren't like her usual stuff. So I don't want to taint her image in my head, you know? So I think I haven't read two of them, which are Lingus and Rhythm and Chords and something like that, music related. But the last book I read from her was her last release, which was When Gracie Met the Ground. And I feel like it was different, but at the same time, I really liked it. So now I'm intrigued by this one because it has a wolf on the cover. So I think it's also going to have a magical fantasy aspect. I don't want to read about it. I just want to jump straight into it. I love that her books are this thick. I love her slow burns. I love not getting any keys or anything until the last 50 pages of the book. I'm just really obsessed with her in general, and I have read a few of her books in the past, so I'm so excited when it's cold outside get a little blanket, cozy in my bed, some music in the background. It's going to be amazing. And the last one, it's an author we've already seen on this pile. We have another Lucy Score. This is also one of her older books. It's not a new release or anything. We have Forever and Ever. Again, I have no idea what this book is about. I just like reading everything she writes. I don't care what it's about. And again, I love a thick book from her. I don't get when people say, I don't like that she writes such long romances, like 500 pages is unnecessary. I love every single one of those pages and I can't get enough. So again, I'm super excited for this one. I hope I read all of these books in 2026. You know, I'm really good at taking care of my physical TBR, so we will see what happens. Did you get any books this Christmas? I would love to know the ones you got or the ones you're waiting to get next year, because I'm excited for the new releases that are coming up on 2026. Let me know what the ones you have on your radar are in the comments so we can talk about them. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye!